All right, so people who wake up in your skin, realize who you are, connect with your astrology, realize what it is that created this thing that we got, the psychosocial, spirio, existential, ever-present. We start considering the things, right? We get Jesus, God, and all these other things, isms. Okay, they all cohabitate the same place. They have something to do with each other, right? I bet if you really kind of looked at some of the stuff for each one, they all kind of are not wrong and eminently wrong, right? But we have been robbed. We should have been taught from the get-go who the gods are. We should have known. Shouldn't have been governments and authorities only interacting with those things, right? Should have been us in this age. Everybody have a slice of the pie. We know that. This age is defunct. The next age will have some of that. It'll be less financed because, let's be honest, your middle class, your opportunities, everything is financed. Your wages are financed. The business's success is financed until the financing runs aground and they can no longer finance the business because the business isn't really actually making the money in the time frame it needs to pay the bills that it needs to. So its liquidity needs is largely financed. So your wages are financed. Yes, your middle management doesn't go into the costing of a product or the materials or any of the things to the means of production, right? For productivity, if you're middle management. If you don't literally touch something between the client and the purchaser, those kinds of things, and create value, add a percentage of the value stream to sale or to costing or to expensing, right? If you don't add value in that area, it's just extra. Entire industries of extras. Just like the industry that I smoked it out. That thing in Florida here is promoting fake, they're not actual apprenticeships. The guy has said these people haven't put an apprenticeship in years, but they get money to promote apprenticeships that don't exist. You've got this problem everywhere. They finance the wage for the ladies or dudes to promote it from Florida Development Center or whatever. They're paying their whole wage. They don't even want to broker the opportunity. Their job is to promote you getting the education or connected with the employer to get the apprenticeship, and they just send you the links for the goddamn website and don't want to interact with you. Or they reach out for one person and it's a dead end, but don't want to reach out to the next couple. They want to be like, oh, well, that dude's just going to, no, we're actually trying to get something here. We're pointing it out that your entire upper class has been financed. You never should have had those wages. It's a financed wage. And many of those companies that fail, the money's still on our backs. Them too. It didn't go away. The financed values are still there. It didn't go away. We still got to pay them off. It doesn't go to financial write-off land. It goes to your back where your children pay it off. That's the problem we have. America is paying off wars and debts from previous classes, and now the inflation is so bad that the debt is crushing the middle and lower class. The lower class could never afford a $200,000 home. A $400,000 median average, they definitely can't, because many of those wages are $20 an hour or less. The average wage is $20 an hour or less in America, not 75, 80K. Those jobs are pretty much gone. Most of those jobs are gone. The $100,000 jobs, most of those are gone. The tech sector's shedding them left and right. At the advent of AI, which you guys are help training your replacement, which is AI, the replacement for the values that you add, you're doing it today. Oh, I'm working with all the AI models. You're working with your replacement then, because you know what they don't do? Feed, consider, worry about, give sick time or leave to AI, right? They give it a couple administrators to make sure it's slow on a dashboard, to make sure every interaction stream's going smoothly and that key things are made in it. A couple administrators take care of hundreds of stuff. Bunches of jobs gone. They're not bringing those back, guys. You gave the M2 to fund AI to replace you. The infrastructure in computers they use to do that and to steal your data are the ones they're using to replace you with. Your future is paying off the debt for the data centers and the AI theft infrastructure and research infrastructure that is on top of you today. The industry mechanical process that's going to separate you and break you down for the pot is that thing. That's why we're at the end, guys. We're at the end. It's the end. Just because I'm not a Hebrew Israelite doesn't mean this place isn't the end. We're at the end. We're at the end of an age, not the end of the entirety, but the end of a format, right? It's irresponsible to finance stuff like that. Come on. Finance wages for generations, and only certain companies get to stay in the kick it down the can down the road because they're financing the entirety of the company. You are. And then paying taxes every time you buy something on their debt. That's where the corporate debt's hitting, assholes, in every purchase. Everything you buy. Tell me you like that shit still. Tell me you like their opportunities. They're financing their opportunities off of you. That is how they're getting them. They're getting access to them before you because their credit's better. No, what really happened is they beat down a shitload of people in the lower class and are never going to let them have the credit that they need to get those things that they get access to because they know that that's where those things are. They would go down there when those kids make children. That's more M2 available. That's what we're dealing with, guys. These demonic entities that are above us have set the system up so that you can't get in unless you're that. So the system must be broken. Saturn is coming back. Every day is going to be a Saturn day soon.